second thing that really, as far as I'm concerned, had a major impact on his success here in the UK and is starting to help them to break America is the fact that Bam Margera from Jackass was a big fan of theirs. I think it was just basically that he'd heard their music and he really started getting into them, and he had the Him Heartogram logo tattooed on, and he approached them and he said, look, I'm really interested in producing like a promo video for you. Would you be up for it? And they're like, sure, you know, we got no problem with that. And he produced the promo video for Buried Alive by Love, which was their first big hit single. And I think it was simply the fact that Bam was associated with that, Jackass being a massive thing on MTV at that time. All the kids were getting into it, you know, it's crazy guy doing disgusting things, or I should say crazy guys.
Becoming that famous is, of course, affecting you in a way. And I think he deals pretty well with it. But still, of course, you can see that he's a little bit more tight going.
Well, Ville is so gorgeous. Yeah.
Ville, I think Ville is the best thing in him.
Yeah, I think it's too. I've been in this bar in Helsinki and Ville has been there with me. No, in Lost and Found.
Okay.
And Ville is quite, I think, like, yeah, delicious. Like,
But I think there's part of him that's kind of a bit overwhelmed by the whole fame thing, about people coming up and screaming at him or wanting their photos taken. I've never known him to say, no, I'm not going to sign an autograph, or no, I'm not going to have a photo taken. He's very, you know, polite and he will do these things. But I think at the same time, I think he finds it a little bit unnerving.
It seems some fans are prepared to go to any lengths just to get a piece of their idol. In particular, one crazed fan who terrified Veal with a pair of scissors.
And I just saw her like with scissors. But she was walking like this with the scissors. It looked like Psycho, you know, like and I was getting like, fucking what is she doing now, you know? And she was taking the scissors and clipped off a bit of Villa's hair, and at the same moment I jumped to her, like, because I thought she was about to kill him, you know. It was like, man, and he got really psyched out, you know. He was like, oh my goodness, what was that, you know. It's like fucking hard to take for a guy.
In Finland, people are different. There's a different kind of approach to fame than there is over here. I don't think you get these kind of screaming girls. Just having spoken to people from Finland, it doesn't seem to be that kind of thing. People seem to respect you a little bit more, stand back a little bit more and mind your space. So suddenly kind of being caught in throes of screaming girls, it must be very disorientating.
I had one fan who had a little dog, and that fan even tattooed the dog with a heartogram, believe it or not.
Yeah, maybe they're the first like real band that have succeeded outside Finland, so maybe that's why they're so popular in Finland also.
Ville is so like quite inside, like with when he's singing, he's like Finnish people are inside himself. It's interesting, I think.
There is no age limit. We have like, of course, the very young teenager fans, but we also have like people who are like over 50 coming to the concerts.
When Love Metal was released, it took the world by storm. It was mixed by legendary producer Tim Palmer, who had worked with artists such as U2 and Faith No More.
Yeah, it's a surprising album because it's for the first time, it's really good.
The album delivered soaring vocals and lashing riffs that had audiences around the world at its mercy. It was the seminal Him album.
We had a great time recording it, and we're really happy actually how it is at the moment. And everybody seems to, people have heard it already. Most of the people have been liking it. It's a bit more, so there's a bit more of the Iggy Pop and the Stooges, that raw power, sort of like energetic, sort of like that sort of like aggression and all that. But it's still very melodic and very melancholic and very sentimental.
Now when they made their fourth album, Love Metal, it was different than the third previous ones. And I think that was a good thing for their career. Because like if they would have made the same type of album that the three first ones were, that would have been not that good thing for their career. But for some reason they found it the second gear, and Love Metal is more rock.
You can hear bits and pieces of all the three previous albums in there, but melted good together.
Every time we play him on ARFM, the phone lines take off. Particularly when we started playing Love Metal for the first time. They're a band that are generating new interest all the time.
Him albums are full of great songs, and they've made like 4 albums now, so I think that pretty much proves that he has a great songwriting skills and lots of songs that when it's going to be like 2030 and we're going to look back in time and think what was cool and what was good in Finnish music in the late 1990s, early 2000s, I believe that those songs are going to be, put up and people would say those songs were great during that time.
The next stage in HIM's meteoric rise is to break the US, an elusive market filled with challenges and rewards. So how will they do it?
The new deal for the band is with the Sire Records in America. Like a very, very famous guy signed them, Seymour Stein. Seymour Stein is like the guy who was like doing Madonna, the Ramones, and so on, He has a long history.
The States, they still haven't actually broken just yet. I know they have released the Love Metal album over there, and it's doing okay. It's not doing massively well on the Billboard charts, but it's getting a little bit of interest.
They are making really a big effort about this band right now in the US. And once it really goes through in the US, and it's on the way there already, it will hit the world.
The hardest part in the States is the fact that I can't smoke on stage in New York and LA. That's going to be terrible.
Yeah, the stage is not actually hard. I think all the rest of the things is hard. It's not really hard to play, but it's all the things surrounding the event.
For example?
Like not knowing where you're going.
Okay.
And then waking up in a different room, which is almost the same to the previous room, but...
Oh, you hate hotels, yeah?
Yeah, I can't take it.